Hundreds of unsolved murders haunt America's highways. These aren't just ordinary homicides, they are the chilling handiwork of truck-driving serial killers. These predators exploit the freedom of the open road to prey on vulnerable individuals, often leaving a trail of bodies scattered across state lines. They operate in plain sight, their crimes hidden in the anonymity of the trucking industry. I spent years in the FBI, where I witnessed firsthand the devastating impact of these crimes. As the former assistant director for counterintelligence, I led investigations into some of the country's most complex threats, including highway serial killings. This experience exposed me to the dark underbelly of the trucking industry and the chilling reality of predators who exploit its vast network for their sinister purposes. Victims are often chosen because they are unlikely to be missed. Sex workers, especially those known as lot lizards who frequent truck stops, are particularly vulnerable. Hitchhikers, transient individuals, and runaways also disappear with alarming frequency, their cases often going cold quickly. These victims are easy targets lured into a false sense of security by the promise of a ride or companionship. Their disappearances rarely make national headlines, but the numbers tell a grim story. The FBI's Highway Serial Killing Initiative has identified over 850 murders of women along highways, with many more suspected. The true extent of the problem remains unknown, shrouded by jurisdictional complexities and the transient nature of both the victims and the perpetrators. The FBI recognizes the unique challenges posed by highway serial killings. These cases often cross state lines, creating jurisdictional nightmares for local law enforcement agencies. To combat this, the FBI launched the Highway Serial Killing Initiative. This program pools resources and expertise to help local agencies connect the dots and identify patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed. One of the key tools at the FBI's disposal is the Violent Criminal Apprehension Program, or VICAP. This database allows investigators to share information about unsolved homicides, identifying potential links and patterns. However, many smaller police departments lack the resources and training to utilize VICAP effectively. The FBI provides training and support to these agencies, but the challenge remains significant. Technology has become both a help and a hindrance in these investigations. GPS tracking and dash cams in company-owned trucks can provide valuable evidence, but many independent truckers and those with something to hide often resort to rental cars or other vehicles to avoid detection. This makes it more difficult to track their movements and connect them to crime scenes. The online world has also added a layer of complexity. The internet has become a hunting ground for some truckers who use social media, dating apps, and even online escort services to find and groom potential victims. This digital trail can provide clues for investigators, but it also makes it easier for these predators to cover their tracks. The very nature of long-haul trucking makes it an ideal cover for those with a predatory instinct. The job requires long hours on the road, often traveling through remote areas with little oversight. This isolation and mobility provide ample opportunity to pick up victims unnoticed and dispose of their bodies far from where they were last seen. The anonymity of the trucking world further enables these killers. With thousands of trucks on the road, it's easy for them to blend in, their crimes often going unnoticed for weeks, months, or even years. Many truckers are transient, moving from job to job and state to state, which makes it difficult for law enforcement to track them down. The cases of Chester Todd and Wayne Allen Ford illustrate the chilling reality of truck-driving serial killers. Todd, a long-haul trucker, was suspected of multiple murders and rapes before disappearing in 1995. He remained a fugitive for over 15 years, highlighting the challenges of tracking these mobile predators. Ford, another trucker, turned himself into authorities in 1998, confessing to killing at least 4 women. He kept gruesome souvenirs of his crimes, highlighting the depravity that can lurk behind the wheel of a big rig. These are not isolated incidents. The case of Patrick Carnes and Judith Casida, who disappeared 5 years apart along I-80, underscores the chilling pattern. Both victims' abandoned vehicles were found in the same field, suggesting a connection that went unnoticed for years. These cases highlight the vulnerability of individuals on the road and the elusive nature of the killers who prey on them. The threat of truck-driving serial killers is a sobering reminder of the dangers that lurk on our highways. While law enforcement agencies work tirelessly to bring these predators to justice, it's crucial for individuals to take steps to protect themselves. This is especially true for those most vulnerable, including sex workers and hitchhikers. The FBI offers the following safety tips. Avoid hitchhiking. While it may seem like a convenient mode of transportation, hitchhiking puts you in a vulnerable position. Be wary of strangers. Don't accept rides from people you don't know, especially if they make you feel uncomfortable. Stay in well-lit areas. If you must stop at a truck stop or rest area, park in a well-lit area and be aware of your surroundings. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't be afraid to remove yourself from a situation that makes you uncomfortable. It's also crucial for the trucking industry to address this issue head-on. Companies can implement background checks, install dash cams, and provide training to their drivers to help prevent these crimes. Truck stops can also play a role by increasing security and raising awareness among their patrons. The open road can be a dangerous place, especially for those who are vulnerable. By being aware of the risks, taking precautions, and working together, we can make our highways safer for everyone.